Time, sir.
Mga hindi nagma-mic dyan mga sinungaling kayo, eme-eme yung ginagawa niyong radyo to.
Si Rose Ann.
Laki talaga kami ng ng online class. Alam namin yung mga ganyan-ganyanan. Okay? Naglalag ako, sir, baka biglang mag-dis. Silag, kita-kita lagi ML ka. Okay? So, after the protein synthesis, mag-skip muna tayo sa DNA replication. Dito na tayo sa additional topic, which is the flow of energy in the ecosystem. So dalawa ito, no? The photosynthesis and the respiration, the cellular respiration. Okay? Chat si Mong Benby. Ikaw ba? Okay po, ma'am. Naririnig ka po nila, hindi lang sila nagsasalita. Okay? So, how do animals and plants get the energy they need? No? Paano ba nila nakukuha? How do they acquire the energy? O sige nga, anyone from the class, saan po nanggagaling yung energy na kailangan nila or nakukuha nila para kumilos sila for their activity?
Sun.
Okay, very good. Sa sun, another. Sa sun. Paano pag gabi na? Okay, very good sa mga nutrients from the food that they eat. O, di ba, Karyaso, nandito ka? Okay, from the food that
Nasa
they
zero kanina,
are
sir.
eating. No? Okay, from the nutrients, very good. So, plants make food, no, in the form of glucose, no, through a process called photosynthesis. Okay? So, bago sila makagawa ng kanilang food, their own food, kailangan nila ng raw materials, no? Hindi nila magagawa 'yun nang wala silang materials na ginagamit. Okay? So, this sugar, no, stored as energy is sent throughout the plant for its cell to use. Ginagamit yung sugar na yon for the activity of the plant, no? Then an extra sugar not used by the plant is stored somewhere in the plants. Okay, 'di ba tayo nga pag kumain tayo, 'di ba? Saan napupunta ang stored sugar or glucose ng ating katawan? Dalawa 'yon, 'di ba, sa carbohydrates. Saang parte ng katawan nai-store ang ating sugar, excess sugar na hindi na kailangan ng katawan or hindi pa kailangan ng katawan? Very good sa liver and sa muscle. Very good, no? So in plants, no, ini-store nila sa iba't ibang part or system ng kanilang katawan, no? For example, sa roots, sa stems, sa leaves, at sa iba pang parte, no? Okay? Then, animals eat a plant or another plant eater in order to obtain the energy originally stored in plants. For example, kumain si kumain si Solis, kinain niya yung lettuce, no? Though hindi matamis si lettuce, no? The energy na na-obtain ni plant from the nutrients kung saan siya nakatanim, it was converted into energy nga, no? In the form of sugar. At napasa na yon kay Solis kasi kinain niya, no? So, ang idea po dito, hindi porket hindi matamis ay wala ng sugar, no? Yung sugar, it is in a form of energy. Okay? So napasa na yung energy, no, from the plant, from the maker to the consumer. Ay, sorry. Then, both plants and animals break down the sugar into a form they can use in order to release its stored energy. This process is called cellular respiration. Of course, malalaking molecules pa yon, no, yung energy na yon, kasi buo pa, no? So it must be digested by the plants or the animals, no? Through enzymes para ma-break down. Then it will be absorbed by the body para magamit as energy. And this is how both plants and animals get the energy they need to live and thrive. Okay? So ganun po, both animals and plants. Okay? So photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants make food using energy from the sunlight to convert carbon dioxide and water into sugar, into chemical energy, no? From solar energy to chemical energy, no? Okay? Here are the purpose of photosynthesis, no? Una, to make food for the plant, no? In the form of glucose. Okay? Yung sugar na yon, yun yung ginagamit na story, yung fruits na yon, yung food na yon, yun yung ginagamit ng plants as story, one of the storage ng kanilang energy, yung fruits. It's just so happen that we are adapted to consume the the fruits. Di pala ako naka-open my open cam. Just so happen that we are adapted to consume the fruit. Kaya nga nakakain natin siya, no? Pero kung hindi natin siya nakakain, nasasayang ba yung fruits? No. No, it was consumed by the plant itself kasi ginawa nila yon para sa kanila talaga, no? Doon naka-store yung kanilang energy. Tapos gagamit-gamitin nila yon. Okay? So all organisms get energy from food, but only plants can make food. O, tandaan po yan ha. Only plants can make food. Halaman lang po ang pwedeng makagamit or makagawa ng pagkain. No, yung mga animals, no, 'di ba kinakain rin natin sila, no? Sila mismo yung kinakain. No? Pero yung plants, may mga plants na hindi edible yung mismong halaman, yung prutas lang, yung food lang. Okay? So hindi yung in science, no, yung animals, they are not considered as food. They are considered also as consumer, ka-level natin, no, na kumakain ng producer, which is the plants, no, which are the plants. Now, plants make food through a process called photosynthesis. Ayun nga, from the word photo, it means light, and synthesis means putting together or producing from the light. Photosynthesis, di ba? Protein synthesis, production of protein. Diba? So, si synthesis, putting together or production, no? Ano pinoproduce? Yung product from the light, no? Light yung gamit, light energy or the solar energy. In photosynthesis, plants put together materials to make food with the energy of sunlight. O, di ba na-discuss ko na yan? The solar energy plus 6 units of water plus 6 units of carbon dioxide, no? Then they will produce um, hydrogen, oxygen atom, and the glucose, C60H12O6. So, ganito po nagtitake place ang photosynthesis. No? From the solar energy coming from the sun, no, it will be reflected on the leaves or on the stem, no, depending on the plant. Merong mga chloroplast sila sa katawan nila. Then, yung carbon dioxide na maa-absorb nila. Kailangan nila yun para mabuhay, no? It will be put together, 'di ba? Sabi sa synthesis, putting together. Plus the water that they will absorb from the nutrients of the soil, no? Will yield, I know, will yield glucose and 6 units of oxygen gas. Tandaan nyo ha, pag pag 2 yung subscript, gas yon. Kunyari, H2. H2 lang. Gas yon. Hangin siya na form of gas. O2. Okay? N2. Yung mga ganon, no? Gas po sila. Okay? So, 6 units of carbon dioxide, 6 na particles ng carbon dioxide plus 6 na particles ng water. It will yield isang particle ng glucose at 6 na particle ng oxygen. O, tignan natin kung balance yung equation. So, 6 carbon na dito. 6 times 2, 12. Plus 6, ito. So, 18. So, 6 plus 6 times 2, 12. 18 din. O, balance. Si hydrogen, 6 times 2, 12. Tapos 12 rin to. So, balance yung equation. 'Di ba? In the first law of thermodynamics or the conservation of energy, no? Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can be only transferred from one form to another. Kaya po, walang nawalang element, no? Dapat equal yan. Pag may nawala, mali yung equation. 'Di ba sa stoichiometry sa Chem 1, tinuro 'yon, 'di ba? So hindi pwedeng may mawalang element diyan. May mabawasan or sumobra. No, hindi pwede. Because energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can be only transferred from one form to another. Ito yung form na 'yon, it it was transferred to another form. Okay? So hindi siya nawala. Hindi siya nabawasan at hindi rin siya nadagdagan. Okay? Heart rate akong naintindihan. Heart rate akong naintindihan. Okay. Clear. Okay. So with this raw material, ito yung raw material plus the sunlight, no, it will yield etong product. Okay? Paano po nakakatulong yung sunlight? Okay. So here are the different facts. Yung sa paano nakakatulong sa sunlight, we will tackle that as we go along with the discussion. Okay? So fact number 1, the energy of the sunlight powers the process of photosynthesis. Okay, from the word photo nga, it means light. Kung walang sunlight, hindi po mag-o-occur ang photosynthesis. Okay, sige nga, let's recall your knowledge regarding Biology 1. O ito, alam to ng mga grade 7 ko. In what organelle does the plant cell or does the photosynthesis in the plant cell occur? Chat box. In what organelle is photosynthesis in the plant cell occur? Okay, very good. Chloroplast. Okay, sa chloroplast. No, actually, sa plastids. Sa plastids, iba-iba sila ng mga chloroplast, merong xanthophyll, merong anthocyanin, merong carotene, no, iba-iba yon. So, ang common ay si chloroplast, which gives the green pigment to the plant. Okay? So sa chloroplast, dun po nangyayari yung photosynthesis. Kung wala kang chloroplast, wala kang kakayanan mag-photosynthesis. Okay? Next. The process of photosynthesis mostly only in plant or only happens in plant. Sabi mostly, hindi totally, no? Kasi there were creatures or organisms, no, aside from plant that can photosynthesize, no, that can conduct photosynthesis, no. Ah, Examples are algae or algae, yung mga lumot, no, they were not plants. No, hindi po sila halaman. They are protists. No, kamag-anak niya yung mga amoeba. Kasi 'di ba nga sabi ko, there are two types of protists. Merong animal-like, merong plant-like. Okay? For example, mga seaweeds, yung mga kelp, no? They are not plants. They are protists. No, they have attributes to be a plant but not completely a plant, no? Ganun rin yung mga protozoan. Yung mga protozoan, they are the animal-like. For example, amoeba, no? So yung mga yon, they are animal-like. Meron silang characteristics na parang animals, but hindi sila totally animals. So ang tawag sa kanila, protozoans. Pero yung mga plant-like, they are protists. No? Simply protists. Okay, and some bacteria, no? Yung mga ancient bacteria, no? Ang tawag sa kanila, cyanobacteria. Napag-aralan to nung Earth Science. The cyanobacteria nung unang era. Okay? Nandun yan kung naaalala nyo. No, the cyanobacteria, sila yung unang producers ng oxygen. No, nung wala pang plants. Kasi kailan lang ang plants nag-exist? Mas nauna yung mga bacteria. Okay? So before that, cyanobacteria are the ones responsible for creation or production of the oxygen, no, sa mundo. And ang oxygen nun ay very abundant. Sobrang daming oxygen nung panahon, nung unang panahon, no? Nung ancient times, nung wala pang mga tao, nung wala pang mga animals, no? Kaya there was a theory nga na kaya malalaki yung mga organisms noon, parang mga giant. It's because of the abundance of the oxygen, no? Madami daw masyadong oxygen, kaya yung mga organisms ay masustansya yung kanilang nutrients na nakukuha, kaya malalaki sila. No, that was just a theory. Okay? So that's the fact number two, the trivia number two. Next. Okay? So autotroph versus heterotroph. So pag sinabi natin autotroph, this is same as the producers. Sino ba yung producers natin? 'Di ba yung mga halaman lang, no? Whereas the heterotroph, they were the consumers. Sila yung nagko-consume ng mga producer, no? So producers produce their own food for energy. So plants 'yun. And use photosynthesis or chemosynthesis. So sila po 'yun. Yung ibang bacteria, yung ibang algae, no, yung ibang mga organisms that can conduct photosynthesis. No? Then heterotrophs, they are the organisms that consume the producers to gain nutrients. No, eat or other organisms to get proteins and energy. No, kaya nga yung energy stored in the plants will be passed to the heterotroph, to the consumers. 'Di ba yung sa food chain, yun yung pinapakita doon. 10% lang yung nakukuha mo, mapapasa hanggang sa mapunta sa apex predator, no? So, yun po. No, hindi lang po ang consumers ay hindi lang po yung mga directly kumakain ng mga um, producer. No, they also consumers are also considered yung mga kumakain ng mga producer. For example, palaka, kinakain nila yung grasshopper. Grasshopper are direct consumer, no? Sila yung first degree, first level. Second degree na yung toad, yung mga palaka. Okay? So, pero consumer pa din sila, no? Heterotroph pa rin sila. Okay? So, here are the different types of heterotroph. Okay? May mga herbivore or herbivorous, no? They are the ones that chew or feast on the plants. Sila yung kumakain. So, in the evolution, they developed a flat teeth, no? Flat yung kanilang teeth to grind and chew the cellulose on the cell, on the plant cell, 'di ba? Ang mga plants, they are made up of cellulose or the cell wall. Meron silang mas matigas na shell compared sa animal cell. So yung cellulose na yon, ay yung ngipin ng mga herbivore, they were developed or designed to grind or chew on the rigid cell wall of the plants. Okay? Kaya po karamihan sa kanila ay flat ang ngipin. 'Di ba? Mga kabayo, mga giraffe, oh, so meron silang flat na ngipin, mga kambing, no? Then, carnivorous. Okay? So carnivorous, they are the consumers that that feast, no, on the other animals or other organisms, no? From the word carne, no? So ang kinakain nila ay meat or meat eating organism, no? Sila yung kumakain, sila mga second degree na sila pataas, second degree consumer na sila. No, walang insectivore ha. Walang insectivore. Carnivore sila. Next ay omnivorous, no? Omnivorous heterotroph or consumers are um they both eat they both eat the plants and they can also eat carne or meat. No, for example, tayo, no, we are omnivore, no? That's why our teeth were developed, no, to have a flat, no, yung front teeth natin, flat sila. Tama? Then, meron tayong part na side. Yung sa side, yung pangil. Ano ba tawag sa pangil? Yung sa pangil natin, matulis, no? To grind, to rip the karne, to rip the meat from the bone. No, kaya po ganun yung evolution, no? Whereas sa mga carnivore, they have sharp teeth, no? Yung kanilang canine, natulis yung kanilang ngipin to to separate the meat from the bone. Hindi naman nila kinakain yung bone eh. No, hindi nila kinakain yung bone. So, para ma-separate yung meat from the bone, they use their sharp teeth, no? 'Di ba? And yung kanilang dila, 'di ba yung dila ng mga cats, especially lions and tiger, no? Maraming tusok-tusok, no? Para pag dinilaan nila yung meat, it could rip from the bone. 'Di ba nga sabi pag dinilaan ka daw ng ng lion, yung intentional na gusto kong kainin, it could rip your skin from your muscle, no? Pwede niyang matanggal yung balat mo from one lick sa isang dila lang kung gusto ka niyang i-consume. Okay, are you still with me? Could you send me a
Yes, sir.
could you send me a confetti? Confetti
Sir,
emoji.
dito pa ako, sir, ah. Sila, sir, to.
Okay. So ganun po, no? Depende sa sa ginagawa ng isang organism, nagbabago yung kanyang katawan, no? For example nga, sa kanilang kinakain, of course, ano bang part ng katawan yung involved sa pagkain? So, yung ngipin. So, nagbabago rin yung kanilang, nag-evolve yung kanilang ngipin, no? So, isa pang example ng evolution, yung mga giraffe, no? Giraffe used to have a small or shorter neck, no? The theory of use and misuse, no? In the theory, if I don't remember, but if I'm not mistaken, si Lamarck, di ko sure kung siya, no? Sabi niya sa theory of use and misuse, kapag ginagamit ang body part, no, it will be enhanced, it will enlarge, it will become longer, no? Then kapag hindi mo siya ginagamit, no, mawawala yung kanyang function and eventually it will disappear, no? Yun po yung kanyang theory of use and of misuse. Paano naging chicken yung dinosaur? Ano pong ancestry yung chicken at dinosaur? Okay, wait lang. So yung giraffe, they used to have short neck. So as they reach for the foliage of the tree, kasi yung pagkain nila um mga dahon sa puno. Kasi mataas na yung competition sa mga grassland. Okay, mataas na yung competition, marami na silang kaagaw. So instead, naghanap sila ng pwede nilang kainan. So yun yung nakita nila yung mga puno, no, mataas yung mga dahon. So they are trying to reach the foliage from the tree. So as they are reaching, no, example, yung first generation, na-reach, na-stretch niya na na-stretch, yung naging anak niya, namana na yung ganyang characteristics, hanggang sa naging mahaba na ng tuluyan yung kanilang leeg. The theory of use and misuse. No? Another example ay yung wisdom tooth. Okay? Wisdom tooth, kaya na, di ba pwede na siya nating tanggalin? No? Pwede na nating tanggalin kahit hindi na, wala nang sa katawan natin, wala lang mangyayaring hindi maganda pag tinanggal si wisdom tooth. Actually, nagiging sagabal pa nga siya kasi it could cause impacted tooth. 'Di ba? Masakit pag impacted yung ngipin, yung tubo. So wala na siya, vestigial na lang siya. Parang appendix, 'di ba? Pwede nang tanggalin nang hindi tayo maapektuhan. Kasi wala na silang purpose. They used to have a purpose, no? Bakit meron tayong wisdom tooth? Because noon, no, our ancestors ay hindi pa kumakain ng mga luto na pagkain. Wala pang hindi pa nila they do not yet discover fire na makakapagpalambot dun sa mga pagkain. So they eat raw. kinakain nila raw. So they must chew every cell or every part of the food that they are eating. Kaya meron tayong wisdom tooth. But as time passed by, through evolution, discover ang fire, na-discover na with fire, we could kill pathogens, bacteria in the food that we eat. So, lumalambot yung mga pagkain. Then, the wisdom tooth, the third molar, serves its purpose. Hindi na natin sila kailangan. Okay? So, ganun po. Next ay yung decomposers or tinatawag ring detritivores. Sasagutin ko si Golosinda, wait lang. Detritivores. So, yung mga detritivores, sila yung mga decomposers, no? Yung mga nabubulok na mga organisms. Ngari, namatay si lion. So, magfi-feast yung mga scavenger. Sino yung mga scavenger? Yung mga vulture, yung mga hyena, yung mga wolves, no? Pwede sila mag-feast doon. Kakainin nila yung decaying body. Okay? So, pag nakain na nila yon, mabubulok yun eh, di ba? So, yung mga decomposers, yung gumagawa ng trabaho. Okay? Yung mga uod, yung mga kutong lupa, and other microorganisms, mga bacteria na hindi na natin nakikita with our naked eye. So, i-decompose nila yon, and in the process, syempre, nagkakaroon rin sila ng excretion, kumbaga tae. And yung tae na yon, nanggaling yon sa, sorry, sa baka may kumakain, yung mga excretion na yon, nanggaling yon sa nutrients nung kinain nila, which is yung lion, for example. Si lion, nanggaling yung nutrients niya dun sa kinain niya. For example, zebra. Yung zebra, yung nutrients na kinain niya from the plants ay napasa niya sa lion. And yung plants, nanggaling yung energy niya from the sun at dun sa mga na-produce niya na glucose, no? So, pasa-pasa po. Yun yung food chain. Okay? So, yung secretion ng mga decomposers, it will be passed back to the soil. Mapupunta sa soil at maa-achieve or maa-acquire ulit ng mga plants. And the cycle will continue. Okay? Confetti react kung naintindihan. Kung naririnig at nandito pa.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Ah.
May PT na ba tayo, sir?
PT natin ay DNA extraction.
Kailan po yun, sir?
Wala pa pong announcement si Sir Edward.
Sige po.
Okay? Ano, wala na. Kayong dalawa na lang yung tao dito.
Sige
Dito
lang
pa
kasi.
ako, dito pa ako, si Onda.
Dito sa Onda, sir.
Okay.
Kay
Sabi
Kinay.
ni Golosinda, paano naging chicken yung dinosaur? Or paano naging ancestry ng chicken ang sa dinosaur? Nag-ancestry yung chicken sa dinosaur. Okay, ganito po yun. Lahat ng birds, they are the direct descendants of the dinosaur. No? In the process, in the process, nung meron pang dinosaur, nung dinosaurs are still existing, no, meron ng mga lahi ng dinosaur that they change their path. Lumipat na, iba na yung ginagawa nila from the ginagawa ng mga karamihan ng dinosaur. Kumbaga, nag-migrate na sila. So, in their migration, nabago na, nag-evolve na rin sila through the years. Hindi yun hindi nangyari yung evolution ng isang taon lang, isang buwan lang, no? Madaming generation na silang nakalipat. Kumbaga, halimbawa lang, dinosaurs nakatira sa Maynila. Okay? So, sa dami ng mga dinosaurs na nabubuhay sa Maynila, syempre magkakaroon ng competition. No, in the competition, kunyari, agawan sila sa pagkain, agawan sa teritoryo. So, yung ibang dinosaur, they will migrate. Hindi na sila makikipaglaban. Hahanap na sila ng ibang area. Okay? So, ganun yung ginawa ng mga ancestor ng mga birds, hindi lang chicken, ng mga birds. Okay? Lumipat na sila ng area. So, yung nakasanayang ginagawa sa Maynila ng mga dinosaur, nabago na, lumipat na sa probinsya eh. O kung kailangan, kung sa Maynila, example lang kung sa Maynila, nag-jeep yung mga dinosaur o kaya nagkokotse sila. Pagdating nila ng probinsya, naglalakad na lang sila. Gets ba yung analogy? Ibig sabihin na bago na yung activity nila. Kasi iba na yung environment nila. Okay? So, hindi po yun agad-agad nangyayari. It could take some time, no? Meaning, hindi lang 100 years, could reach to 1,000 years. Okay? So, ganun po. Paano naging, nasagot ko ba yung question, Golosinda? Okay. Siya ba to nag-heart? Oh, parang siya yung nag-heart. So, I think nasagot ko yung question, no? Paano napatunayan na sila ay ancestor ng dinosaur, no? There were accounts or there were researches na ang mga dinosaur, meron sila sa fossil nila na may feather-like, na bumakat sa bato, na parang may balahibo sila. Okay? So, alam natin, abutan natin yung mga ibon, di ba? Yung mga may feather ay mga ibon lang. So, doon natin nalaman na sila ang descendant ng dinosaurs. No? In the same way na yung mga fossils ng mga ancient people ay kamukha ng mga gorilla,
Sir,
di
paano
ba?
sir yung mga ano sir? Lizard sir.
Oh.
Mga salamander.
O ganun din po, nag-iba sila ng path, nag-iba sila ng way of living, kanya-kanyang way of living eh. So nag-iba-iba sila eh. No, kaya nga pag tinanong what comes first, egg or chicken? The answer is egg, no? Bakit egg? Oh, review to dun sa dalawa. Okay? Bakit egg? Kasi long before chicken exist, may egg na. May egg na yung mga fish. May egg na yung mga dinosaurs. Okay? Hindi naman tinanong itlog ng manok or manok. Ang tanong itlog o manok? Meron itlog ng isda. Nag-exist na yung egg. Okay? So nauna yung egg. And in the phylogenetic tree of the organisms, pag sabi phylogenetic tree, yung pinagmulan nila. No, the phylogenetic tree of the organisms, kung wala akong kopya i-send ko na lang sa inyo pag may time, no? Yung kanilang ancestry, pag ganyan, For example, dito yung mga dinosaurs. Dito tayo. Dito yung mga manok. Dito yung mga ibon. So, they are closely related. They are related talaga. No? So, ibig sabihin, kung dito nagsimula yung manok, dito may itlog na. So, nauna ang itlog sa manok. Okay, hindi pilosopo yun That's the scientific explanation on that, behind that. Sir, paano yung mga sea slugs kumakain ng algae tapos ini-store yung chloroplast para gumawa ng energy, heterotroph or autotroph? They are both. Meron tawag dyan nakalimutan ko. May tawag dyan. Very good yon Gaspar. Ginagamit nila yung chloroplast na kinain nila, tapos ilalagay nila sa likod nila, and they can conduct photosynthesis. Yun ba yung sinasabi mo, Gaspar? Yes, totoo yun, may ganon. They are heterotroph, no? By consuming yung mga gumagawa ng nagpo-photosynthesis. And they are autotroph in nature kasi they can conduct photosynthesis. Okay, pero bago sila maging autotroph, heterotroph sila kasi hindi sila makakapag-photosynthesis nang wala silang kinonsume na autotroph. Nag-crossbreed ba yung mga dinosaur tas naging exert, tas naging chicken? Hindi nga. Direct descendant nga. Kung yung kunyari yung tiger, after some time, after 1 million years, naging ano na siya, naging aso. Ganun siya. Hindi na, walang crossbreeding. Lahi niya mismo. Parang mga cats, tsaka tiger, lion, magkakalahi. Walang crossbreeding. Last na, time na, last sir.
Sir, di ba sir, most of the time sir, yung mga scientists hindi naniniwala sa Diyos sir. Mga atheist sila. Totoo ba yun sir? Ikaw sir?
No. No, maraming scientist na na naniniwala, no? Ang ano lang kasi, depende kasi yun Depende sa pinagmulan ng scientist. So, sa kanilang culture. Pero, maraming yun rin yung alam ko dati. I used to believe that fact na yung mga scientists hindi naniniwala sa religion. But no, maraming accounts in science that um, they they believe in God, in the Creator, no?
Sir, si ano
Pero
sir,
kasi
Albert
in science
Einstein.
kasi,
Hindi.
in science kasi, science is the study of the body of knowledge that deals with the truth and facts, no, based on evidence that explains the nature, no, through laws and mga theory. So dapat kasi in science, laging may basics. Hindi pwedeng sinabi lang ni ganito, sinabi ni ganyan. So dapat yung evidence, it will be tested by the experiment. So dapat lagi kasing factual. Kaya most of them, hindi naman sa hindi naniniwala. Hindi kasi mapatunayan, walang evidence na nag-exist yung God. Kaya hindi naman sa hindi naniniwala. But walang evidence. Kalahi ba na natin ang mga Netherlands? Anong Netherlands? Hindi Netherlands. Neanderthal, opo. Sila yung ating ancestors. Pwede ba maging heterotroph yung autotroph? Pwede maging heterotroph yung autotroph. Hindi. Consumer sila eh. Ay, producer sila eh. Sinong i-consume nila? Kapwa consumer? O kung pwede man, autotroph sila considered kasi they produce their own food pa din. Okay, I think it's already time. So
Sir,
kung may
recess na sir.
okay, kung may question pa, mag-chat na lang sa group chat, doon natin sasagot. Paano sir yung plants na naging parasitic kagaya ng rafflesia? O later, i-discuss natin. Iba na yun. Iba na yung parasitism sa pagiging autotroph at heterotroph.
Sir, pwede na
Akala ko
maging
related lang sa Homo sapiens. Din. Related nga, eh di ka lahi. Ano ka ba mabasa? Ano ka, Homo erectus? Okay, goodbye, Opal.
Bye sir.